Howdy folks, Jimmy Lee here, back with another video. Finally doing a review. I know I've been promising a lot and haven't been doing them because frankly I've been lazy. But last week I did go to my local Target and I found the Target exclusive Thermal Vision Fugitive Predator by NECA. Now before I get into the review, I just want to mention something. My copy has a lot of QC issues. Way more than it should have. I have problems with the plasma caster, I have problems with all the joints on both elbows, and I actually have a little bit of an issue with the crotch piece. It's raised, it's like glued to the body, obviously, but it's raised compared to the original Fugitive Predator. Again, this is just my copy, so I just wanted to let you guys know that. But regardless of the criticisms I do have, this is certainly a badass figure and something I've been after. And I don't know if my Target really sucks at stocking or if they haven't been receiving that much, but this was the only copy that I found and I haven't seen it since. So let's get started. So the box is nothing too nifty. Obviously this isn't an ultimate figure like the original Fugitive Predator was, so we just get a regular NECA box. Comes with a nice city background there in the back, which I'm definitely going to use on my shelf. And if you are curious, there's some information down there to say Thermal Vision Fugitive Predator action figure and the poster. I think he's practically based off the poster because you didn't really see him like this too much in the film. And the side just says the Predator, other side the Predator, top says the Predator, blah blah blah. And the back, again, you get some cool shots of the figure looking badass. The poster again, and then a nice city background, and here's a bio. You can pause and read that if you would like. But yeah, so I'm happy, I'm happy it's not an ultimate figure. Well, I couldn't say I'm happy, but I'm fine with it. It wouldn't really make sense for him to come with armorless forearms like the original did, or an alternate head, because you didn't see him like that in the film, so I'm okay with it. But anyway, let's just get into the figure itself now. Come on, you sucker. Come on. Alright. Okay, as you can see, I have been having problems with that plasma caster. It does not want to stay upright. Right now, at a very certain angle it is, but as soon as you touch it... Oh, okay, now it doesn't want to do that on camera, but look, that's like... Come on, NECA. What's up with that? I gotta find a fix for that. If anybody knows one, leave it down in the comments below, but that's just super duper annoying. Anywho, I'm gonna give you guys a quick 360 of the figure. He's really nice. He has a ton of paint on the front side. I'll get to the back side in a sec. A lot of different shades of green, red, orange, blue, everything, and a nice translucent blue plastic for the areas that aren't painted. Then you get over here to the back. How do you go from this, so much paint, obviously it's supposed to be thermal vision, to nothing on the back? Now, okay, before y'all start hating on me, you're gonna probably say that, well, it's not like you're gonna display your figure with the back facing you. True, I'm not disputing that, but you can't say that's not lazy, because that really is lazy. That's really stupid. But I guess there's nothing we can do about it. I mean, yeah, you could go ahead and try and customize and paint it yourself. I'm not gonna try. It's not worth it, and also I don't know how to paint or customize. I'm just not that type of collector. But if you are, by all means do it. Let me know how that turns out, because again, it's kind of annoying. But anywho, this is a repaint, obviously, of the original Fugitive Predator. There are virtually no changes with the figure whatsoever. It's the exact same mold. Nothing has changed, and he looks really nice. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in here for a moment to get a close-up on the head right there, which I think looks great. It's a good sculpt. You have some nice green, orange, red, and that nice light blue, like a cloud blue in a way, on top of the translucent blue, which is really lovely. The dreadlocks are individualized, and you can actually see some skin from the mandibles right over there, which is pretty nice. And actually on the top as well, you can see there's some skin up there, so there's a face sculpted there. And like I said, the dreadlocks are individual. I know some of the older Predators from some very old series had dreadlocks that came connected, at least 2 or 3 pairs. These are individualized, like most Predators we've been getting so far, so that's nice. You do have some more of that thermal vision paint right there. And the plasma caster, again, it's a nightmare to deal with, but it is a nice transparent blue. And it works, but mine is too freaking loose. This joint is actually okay-ish. It could be better, but man, that's just terrible. Anywho, let's just take a look at the rest of the figure, which has just as much paint as on the helmet. A bunch of different shades of a bunch of different colors. You can see they really didn't spare anything here. It looks really nice. You do have some of that chainmail armor, that rubberized piece right here, which you can actually tuck into the crotch piece. I did it, but it keeps getting loose. It does the same on my original Fugitive Predator. And just overall, a really, really nice sculpt. You can see that he has great muscle definition. Like in the triceps, you can see a clear cut, lots of skin detail, bumps, crevices, everything. More of that chainmail armor, and you have some bits and pieces of armor sticking out, which is nice. Again, you can tuck this in his underwear. It actually stays well compared to the other one. But yeah, there you go. We do have his forearms here. Again, he does not come with armorless forearms, which is fine. Some really great detail, good paint. He even has the thermal vision paint here on his hands. Now that's the one complaint I have. I really, really wish he would have come with extra hands. That'd been cool. And you do have his blades, which by the way were kind of a biatch to put in on my copy. Maybe I'm just weak, but there is paint on either one, but only on one side. The other sides are just blue. And if you notice, the forearms aren't symmetrical. The paint isn't symmetrical with one another. They're different. So that's, you know, good variety. And it's accurate to the film, because when they're looking at you in thermal vision mode, there's different heat signatures and everything all over the place. Nothing's balanced, if that makes any sense. But yeah, again, this lack of paint just kind of annoys me. You have some nice shoulder blades over here, and they are pliable, so you can manipulate them if you do want to pose him around. And moving down here, again, these are pretty pliable, very rubberized. You can pose them around. I like to kind of tuck them up a little bit. I don't like when they're all the way down, but you got to fiddle around with it every time you pose them. And really nice detail all the way around. Nice fishnet detail there. They're actually sculpted in, not just painted. I know they used to paint them on the original Predators, but lately we've been getting these sculpted ones, which is lovely. And not too much paint going on here on the side of the leg, but got more of that chainmail armor, more paint here, and the feet are actually painted as well, which is lovely. Get a close-up on that. There you go. Really nice skin detail there. I mean, you can see the skin and all the bumps and everything. It's really cool. And he does not have... Oh, actually, he does have peg holes. Didn't even realize that till now. Cool. Okay. So he has a lot of detail. And he has a lot of paint. But, my friend, your plasma caster makes me want to kill myself. And, again, you can rip me apart in the comments, but... I think this is just ridiculous. I can't, it bothers me. I don't know why. It shouldn't bother me, because again, I don't place my figures with their backs facing me, but I wanted like a complete figure. It feels like I just got half a figure. Anywho, let's just move into some comparisons now. Okay, and here he is next to his predecessor, the Ultimate Edition Fugitive Predator. Obviously, it's just the standard one, the one we saw in the movie. And one thing I kind of found right now, and let me move him a little bit to kind of show you that. Let me zoom in here. So if you notice on the original's left pec right over here, he has some battle damage. What I'm wondering now, because I'm wondering if they used the exact same body, or is that battle damage not even there, and I can't really tell. I think that it is, but it doesn't look like it with all that paint. So something cool that I just wanted to point out. And as you can see, Same exact sculpt. Nothing has changed at all, which is fine. Again, it would have been really cool for him to get some extra hands though. Now I could just be sounding picky, but it would be really cool if he came with some open hands to do that classic, you know, roaring predator move, which is something he came with. So what can you do? I say that a lot, but it's true. What can you do? Can't do that. So yeah. Anywho, let's move into some other comparisons. Let's actually put him next to the newest addition to the Predator collection, which is the Bad Blood, and to go with him, the Enforcer. Now, I am not a dummy. I know these characters have not met, but I think they look really, really cool together. Whether the Predators are from the comics as such, or from the Kenner figures, or from the films, or whatever, any medium, they all look good together. So, just wanted to point that out. Also, if you're wondering about scale, here he is next to a typical human. I brought in the Kenner Ripley since she was just easiest to get, and he is way taller. So yes, he is in scale. He is actually taller than Enforcer here and Bad Blood. So he's a big guy. I just noticed that now, actually. So yeah, Fugitive Predator is bigger than your typical Predator, I guess. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's just my copy. He's just raised. I don't know, but yeah. So there you go with comparisons. Okay, now let's go for articulation. It is virtually the same as this lovely feller over here, but I didn't review that one, so we're gonna go over it. So the head is on I can actually show you the joint because this head pops off pretty easy. It's on that joint, so it's very, you know, manipulative. So you can raise the head that much, go down that much, side to side, as well as pivot. So you get all the motion that you need. The plasma caster, which let me zoom in here for a moment, is on several joints. It's on two actually. This top one is, I believe, is that a ball joint at the top? It's on a ball joint and a hinge, and then the bottom one there is a hinge as well, but it doesn't want to be a good hinge today. It wants to be a B word to me. Gosh darn it. Okay, let's move on. The arms can go out that much. Again, those shoulder blades, I keep saying shoulder blades, those shoulder pads are pliable, so you can get a lot of motion. The arms can also move out that much and go back that much. And there is no upper bicep swivel or cut, but you do get two cuts, one at the upper elbow and then one at the lower elbow. So one right there, and again it's really tight on mine, and then one down here. Now he actually has double jointed elbows and might look a little bit weird, but in the right pose it can look pretty decent. Keep in mind, again, my copy is kind of weird, so it's really hard to pose them. It's just really tight, but yeah, there you go. And of course the hands can rotate in any direction that you want, as well as move forward and back. And I don't know if this counts as articulation, but these are removable if you don't want to have him displayed with them. So what's cool about this one, like most of the newer Predators, is he has two separate joints at the abs. So one is just here at the beginning of the crotch, I guess, and then one here in the chest cavity-ish area. I don't know science. So at the first joint, can go forward that much, back that much, side to side, and pivot. And for the lower joint, back forward that much, back that much, side to side, and pivot. So you can get just a ton of movement out of this guy. And over here is my next little gripe. I don't know if you can tell, but the crotch piece on this one completely covers the ball joints. It's glued onto the body low enough that it looks normal. You don't see the joints, it looks like where it should be. This one, on the other hand, is glued a little high on my body, which kind of sucks. You can even tell right there. So the joints are a bit visible. I did try pulling it down, but it is just glued shut. Not the biggest deal in the world, but I wanted to make that mentioned. And so, like I said, ball joints, they can go forward that much, back that much. Over here, all this is a pliable material, so There you go. Now, I got to run this under hot water. Again, another QC issue. These don't want to rotate at all. They are closed shut. But take my word on it, they do swivel at that ball joint. Again, NECA, come on, man. He does have 2 joints at the knee, which is lovely, right there. And he can rotate there. And the feet, obviously. Okay, and the feet forward that much, back that much, and he does have an ankle pivot, and he can just go all over the place. So he has a decent amount of articulation. He's good. He's fine there. He just has a couple of QC flippin' issues, and I really want to tuck this piece in there, but I'm lazy right now. So let's just get him in a semi-decent pose, something museum-ish. Again, those just really bother me. You could see them so easily. Let's get this plasma caster up. Alright, final thoughts on this figure. Do I recommend it? Yeah, because I'm a sucker. However, you need to note that NECA has QC issues. I had even more problems with the Bad Blood Enforcer 2-pack. Whoever's in charge of quality control there needs to be fired. All of his elbow joints were painted shut. Both the ball joints were painted shut. The plasma caster at all joints are loose beyond all recognition. It's stupid. And the crotch piece that I mentioned. Now, I could just be nitpicking. I'm probably nitpicking about the crotch. Probably, honestly. But the plasma caster, that's really stupid. So, just keep that in mind when you're purchasing these products. And what I find weird is NECA had a pretty good run with QC lately. I got that Ahab Predator and some Predators before then, and they were perfect. No issues whatsoever, and I just got a bad streak of crap these last few days. Nothing that I can't fix, but I shouldn't have to fix them. Anywho, people, I think I'll just go ahead and leave the video there. Definitely comment what you want to see next. What are your thoughts on this figure? Do you have the figure? Does it have the same problems as me? As mine, rather? Let me know. Go check out the Sanctuary and the Sanctuary Collectors. They all have lovely YouTube channels, great content creators, all of which are linked down below in the description provided. And with that said, people, you guys have a good morning, evening, day, whatever, and take care.